familiar faces and welcome new friends who are joining us for this very special occasion. I would like to begin by offering our heartfelt thanks to our sponsors and our supporters who have made today possible. Sri Ayurveda, Ayrshire Care Solutions, United Wholesale, and Oakminster Healthcare. Their generosity and commitment to promoting health, well-being, and community spirit enable us to gather here in this wonderful venue to celebrate together. We are truly grateful for their support. This year marks the 10th anniversary of the International Day of Yoga, and it's a wonderful reminder of how far this celebration has come. Whether this is your first time with us or you've been part of this event every year, it's a joy to have you here. This year's global theme is Yoga for One Earth, One Health. It's a simple but important idea that our own well-being is connected to the well-being of our planet. Yoga teaches us balance, care, and mindfulness, not only for ourselves, but for the world we live in. Today's gathering presents a wonderful opportunity for us to come together as a community to share the message and to take a little time for ourselves in the process. To commence our programme, I am delighted to introduce some very special guests who have joined us today. First, could I ask you to please join me in welcoming Sri Siddharth Malik, the Consul General of India in Edinburgh. Sri Malik has worked tirelessly to strengthen cultural ties and support community projects right here in Scotland. His commitment to promoting the values of yoga and his support for our International Day of Yoga events have been invaluable, and we are honoured to welcome him here today.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for joining in such big numbers. I know it's a Saturday. I think the yoga spirit is in all of you today. Good to see all of you. And this year we are celebrating the 11th International Day of Yoga. But this is the 10th year of celebration. So this is a very big day today for all of us. And this year's theme for yoga is Yoga for One Earth, One Health. The theme is chosen is because, during COVID times, it was clear to us that human health and environment health are very much linked. And I think yoga is one of the most environment-friendly exercise, You don't need any equipment to do yoga. You can just go in the wilderness and do yoga. And for today's event, I must want to thank two people and two organizations especially. One is Patanjali Yoga Peeth UK. That is Ms. Sunita Podar. She's standing right with us. Please, a big round of applause for her. And Glasgow Indians, Abhijit. And one big round of applause for all the volunteers who you can see in the blue and the orange t-shirts. I think it's all because of them we are able to put such a big show. So thank you so much. Just on yoga, a few thoughts I want to tell you. That today our Prime Minister, when he inaugurated the International Day of Yoga, he said that yoga is an exercise, yoga is a means that can provide you peace in this era of conflict. He said today in the morning that yoga is a pause button in your life. So what I will tell all of you, when you do yoga today for the next 1 hour, just forget everything. Forget all the tension, forget what's happening in your life. Just be in the moment and enjoy yoga. Personally, I can tell you, yoga has a lot of benefits. I was working in the United Nations and I had to sit for 12 hours continuously. I had a really bad backache. So my yoga teacher told me that yoga, you don't need to do like an exercise for 1 hour. You can do yoga every second, every moment of your life. Even if you stretch your body like this is yoga. And after I started improve my body posture, my backache just went away. So I would like to tell all of you that yoga is not just an exercise, is just part of your life, it's way of life. So if you imbibe that way of life in your day-to-day activities, I think it'll give you inner and peace and well-being as well. So I would like to thank all of you for joining today. I hope, I think Sunita ji has been doing this for the last 10 years and going stronger every year. I hope this events become even stronger. Probably next year we can fill the adjoining hall as well. So thank you so much for joining. Happy International Day of Yoga.
Just a short note, if this is your first time at yoga or you're a novice of yoga, we have some yoga teachers in the hall with us today. So please don't be shy. If you raise your hand, they will come over and they can assist you. They have the gold sash on, so if you look out, it should say yoga teacher. For a lady that really needs no introduction, for the past 18 years, since beginning her journey with Patanjali Yoga UK Trust, Mrs. Podder has worked tirelessly promoting yoga across the world. She has dedicated many years to sharing the wisdom of yoga and Ayurveda with communities throughout the UK. Drawing on her knowledge she gained over this time, she authored a yoga book to help others deepen their practice and understand the benefits a little more. Inspired by its success, she went on to write a book specifically for children, hoping to nurture the next generation of young yogis. Her passion for making well-being accessible to everyone lies at the heart of what today is all about. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Sunita Podder to the stage.
Thank you, Lisa. Everyone. Thank you so much for being here. It is an honor and privilege to stand before you today as we mark a truly special milestone, the 11th International Day of Yoga, celebrating a full decade of global unity through the transformative power of yoga. With great honor and joy, we share the remarkable news that Pujya Swami Ramdev Ji and Shraddha Acharya Balkrishna Ji have once again made history at Patanjali Yoga Peeth. This morning, in a momentous celebration of the International Day of Yoga, they led a grand yoga session in the sacred land of Kurukshetra. Over 100,000 participants gathered and practiced yoga together, marking a historic milestone and a powerful testament to the growing global impact of the yoga movement. This extraordinary event not only showcases the strength of collective wellness, but also reaffirms Patanjali's unwavering commitment to spreading the ancient wisdom of yoga across the world. I speak to you as a trustee of Patanjali Yoga Peeth UK Trust, and I would like to begin by extending my heartfelt thanks to Consul General of India, Mr. Siddharth Malik ji, and the team of Glasgow Indians, Abhijit, Nayan, all the team, for co-organizing and bringing this wonderful event of life. This year's theme, Yoga for One Earth, One Health, is more than just a slogan. It is a timely and powerful reminder that our individual well-being is deeply connected to the health of our planet and our communities. Yoga in its truest form is a path of harmony within ourselves with one another, and with nature. Too often, yoga is seen as merely physical exercise, but it is much, much more. It is a science of inner balance, a philosophy of conscious living, and a spiritual tradition that has guided humanity for thousands of years. Yoga nurtures not just the body, but also the mind and the soul. It teaches us to breathe with awareness, move with purpose, and live with compassion. Since we founded Patanjali Yogapith UK Trust 18 years ago, I have witnessed firsthand how yoga dissolves boundaries. We have trained hundreds of teachers, led thousands of free classes, and touched the lives of tens of thousands. And each time, we see the same truths emerge when people come together through yoga. Something beautiful happens. We realize that what unites us is greater than what divides us. I am thrilled to announce the launch of a new weekly online yoga program for children in collaboration with the wonderful team at the British Youth International College. This session will be completely free and designed to cultivate resilience, joy, and confidence in our young people. And the teacher would be directly coming from Haridwar. They will be connecting from Haridwar and teaching our children throughout the world. We are also very proud to partner with World Yoga Asana, an international organization working to bring competitive yoga to the Olympic stage, inspired by the vision of India's Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi ji, and led by our own Swami Ramdev ji. This initiative celebrates the discipline, grace, and athleticism of yoga, and we at PYPT are honored to support this journey to global recognition. And now, a little fun. I am thrilled to launch our newest challenge, Asana Anywhere. So what we are asking all of you and everybody around in Scotland is strike your best yoga pose in the most creative, breathtaking, or unusual places in Scotland. You can find it could be mountaintop, city square, garden, or even a train station. Share it on your social media, tag us, CG, Glasgow Indians, or the PYPT, and you could win a free week at Patanjali Yogapith Haridwar Wellness Center. So all those videos would be judged, and then we'll do the lucky draw, and let's show the world that yoga belongs everywhere. Because when we come together, anything is possible. Let me promote yoga not only for our own well-being, but for our earth and for our shared humanity. Because when we breathe together, we heal together. When we move together, we grow together. And when we stand together as one earth, with one health, we rise together. So let us celebrate not just the anniversary of the movement, but a universal message. Swamiji always says, that's a slogan, good health is humanity's birthright. And we all are stewards of our own health, and health is the health of our planet. Let this day be a new beginning for better habits, deeper connections, and the renewed commitment to harmony. I think I said enough. So now it is my great honor to introduce to you a truly inspiring figure in the world of yoga, spirituality, and holistic well-being, Sadhvi Dev Aditi ji. Sadhvi Dev Aditi ji is a revered spiritual teacher, dedicated yogic practitioner, and an integral part of the global Patanjali family. For many years, she has worked closely with Acharya Balkrishna ji, Swami Ramdev ji, playing a vital role in spreading the ancient wisdom of yoga and Ayurveda to people across India, Nepal, and around the world. Through her teachings, leadership, and personal example, she has inspired countless individuals to embrace yoga not just as a practice, but as a way of life, one that nurtures the body, calms the mind, and elevates the spirit. Whether teaching in large gatherings, guiding wellness initiatives, or supporting community programs, Sadhvi Dev Aditi ji brings a message of health, harmony, and inner peace wherever she goes. We are truly blessed to have her with us today, leading this year's International Day of Yoga session. Her presence reminds us of the profound power of unity, self-care, and mindful living. So please join me extending a warm, heartfelt welcome to our guest of honor, Sadhvi Dev Aditi ji. Thank you so much. Om Pranam. And I just see amongst us, Devi Chitralekha ji has arrived. आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है. Happy Day of International Yoga Day. Thank you so much.
Very, very thank you to Mataji and भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ सङ्गच्छध्वं संवदध्वं संवो मनांसि जानताम् देवा भागं यथा पूर्वे sanjanamupasate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us now stand up at our position. First, we are starting with some physical exercises. So, physical exercises are also included. Let us start doing it. This is the first one. We call it as the yogic jogging exercises. With the motivation and with enthusiasm, with joy, with happiness, I would request you all, because some people are very serious. I hope we can smile now. With deep breathing, keep doing it. And also, I would like to tell you that what are the other things that we have to keep in mind is that those who are suffering from some knee pain or some pain in their back, please do it very slowly, and you can do it just like this only. And those who are not suffering from any such kind of issue, you can do it with more enthusiasm. Now the second exercise also includes the same instruction. This is the second exercise. Raise your hands in the front direction, keep your wrist close, and raise your legs in the upward direction. Try to touch your hip with your legs. And the main source of energy while doing these exercises is your breath. Prana Shakti. The power of your pran, the power of your breath. Inhale deeply, exhale deeply. You know, when we do physical exercises, the requirement of oxygen in our body raises, and because of that we can get tired. And to reduce that tiredness and to overcome that, if we are already inhaling and exhaling deeply, so we will not feel tired. This is the third exercise. And now the fourth one. Well, I am actually thinking to ask, how many of us are doing yoga on regular basis? Can you raise your hand, those who are doing yoga on regular basis? Okay. So, and some people do it occasionally. So, how many of us are doing it occasionally? So, very few are doing it regular on an occasional basis. Many are new, so I have to keep it in mind before making you do some exercises. This is the fifth posture. Create some gap between your legs. Stretch your hands in the forward direction. And now we would be bending our right knee. Up to what we can stretch it, up to what we can bend it. Now the left one. If we can sit completely, we can sit. If it is not possible for us to sit completely, it's okay. Do it up to what you can do. Watch out your capacities and capabilities. Like this. And now the sixth one. Place your hands over your waist, and now bend your right knee. Sit over your right leg. Keep your back straight. Don't bend it in forward direction. Come back. Now turn to your left. Sit over your left leg. Bend your left knee. Stretch your right knee as much as possible. But watch out. If you are not doing it regularly, do it carefully. Like this. Now with right direction once again. Well, I am making you do it for 5 to 6 times only, because I am aware that I have to motivate you to do it on regular basis. Once again, come back. And then again create some space between your legs. Stretch your hands in the forward direction facing each other. Inhale and bend in backward direction. Exhale, come in forward direction. Exhale, bend in back direction. Bend with the lower part of your spinal cord. When we are stretching our body, we are inhaling. And when we are actually contracting our body, we are exhaling. Like this. Now the 8th posture. This was 7th one. We have already completed 7 postures. Now the 8th one. Keep your legs in this position only. Raise your right hand. Try to touch your ear with your right hand like this. And now bend in the left direction. We will be moving our left hand from knee to toe, from knee to ankle. Come back. Now raise your left hand and bend in the right direction. When we are coming in center, we are inhaling. And when we are bending ourselves, we are exhaling out. Once again, let us raise our left hand. Try to keep elbows of both the hands straight. Like this. Now the ninth one. Stretch your hands sideways. We have to be a little careful while doing it. Those who are suffering from back pain, they have to do it halfway. Halfway, in this sense that we would be touching our knee with our hands in the opposite direction. If we have back pain, touch your right knee with your left hand, then touch your left knee with your right hand. And those who are not suffering from any back pain, they can do it completely by touching the feet. Like this. Inhale deeply, exhale deeply. So we are already done with 9 exercises. Now we are coming to the 10th. Are we okay? Everyone doing great? Oh, you can clap. This will motivate everyone. So now the 10th one. Keep your legs closer, a little distance. Keep some distance, but not touching each other. Just keep closer. And now raise your hands in the upward direction. Now those who are suffering from back pain, they have to be careful while bending in the forward direction. Bend halfway only. Otherwise you can bend completely. Breathe in. Breathe out. Perfect posture includes touching the floor with your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Once again, breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Now the 11th one. This is like PT we have done in our schools already. But we have to be careful if we have pain in our knees or pain in our back, or we are suffering from illness, something chronic disease we are suffering from. So we have to be careful while doing these exercises. We need at least 10 to 15 minutes for this rigorous exercise for our body, in which we can sweat out properly. So now the 11th one. Like this. 1, 2. From the right side. Now left leg outside and both the hands in the upward direction, joining each other. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we have healthy knees and healthy back, then we can take a jump like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you feeling energetic? We can do it in 2 steps also. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Like a little faster if we can. This was 11th. Now the 12th one. Bend your knees a little, stretch your hands, and now move hands in the opposite direction to the legs. Hands in right, legs in left. Now legs in left and hands in right, like this. Okay, so these were 12 exercises. Earlier, Pujya Swami Ji used to do 12 exercises in this yogic jogging. You must be aware those who are doing it continuously. But it has been increased a little. Would you like to do some more exercises? You're okay, everyone? Should we proceed? So let's proceed then. Now the 13th one. We have to touch our leg with our hand like this. Left leg, right hand. Right leg, left hand. Can we do it? Like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this was 13. Break, take a break because we have to do some other exercises also. And now we would be touching our feet with our both the hands together like this. Both the hands together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Take a break. So this was the 14th. We have a 15th one also. And this is also related to our legs. In this, we would be interlocking our hands below our legs, below our thighs like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Relax because we have 16th also. Create some space between your legs. A gap between your legs like this. Some gap between your legs. Interlock your hands. And now we would be rotating our trunk, our waist from left to right direction like this. From right to left direction in both the direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Watch out your back. In reverse direction, try to keep your elbows straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. It was a little energy taking exercise. But this is the investment, you know. Many of you must be businessmen here or businesswomen here, and some are working for the business firm. We already know we can't get anything if we are not investing anything. And yoga, actually, this does not have 100% return policy, but it has 200% return policy. It returns more than what you do. And you know, in this return policy, you don't need to wait much. Only within 2 to 3 days you are able to realize that you are getting the change inside your body. But we need the motivation, the strength, the commitment at least to do it for 2 to 3 days. And then we will feel the change. We have a 17th exercise also, by the way. Should we proceed? Yeah, so 17th is like this. We have to stretch out our hands and rotate our shoulders in forward direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then now in the reverse direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Watch out your friend. I hope you are not giving prasad to them. Now the 18th one. We have to clap in the forward and in the backward direction like this. Are you good? So these were the 18 yogic jogging exercises. I took time because many of us here are very new to yoga, or we are doing it occasionally. Otherwise, we can complete this part within 5 to 6 minutes or within 5 to 7 minutes. This is not a much time, but to start with, we have to take some time. I have to explain, that's why it took so much time. But if you are doing it continuously, it is not more than 5 to 7 minutes. And now let us relax in this standing posture only. Stretch your hands in the forward direction. Create a little gap between your legs. And now we would be turning in the right direction. Turn your waist, not your legs. Come back. Now in the left direction. Once again come back in the right direction. This will relax our back. This will relax our spine. We have done so many exercises by now that we need some relaxation for our back, for our spine. Relax. Another relaxing exercise you would like to do? I would like if you would do. That's why I'm asking. So this is the 20th one which we are doing in the process. So this is like we have to stretch our hands like this. And now once again we would be turning our waist, but we would also be utilizing our hands. Place your left hand over your left side of the waist and right hand over the left shoulder like this. Once again, come in the normal posture. Left hand over your left shoulder and right hand over the left side of your waist. Like this. We can do it a little faster also. Turn in the left, now in the right, now in the left, now in the right. Like this. And now, some very relaxing, stretching and concentration increasing exercises, the asanas, the Tadasana, the palm tree pose. Let's interlock our hands and place it overhead. And now, we would be balancing our whole body weight over our toes. Raise your body in the upward direction. Raise your hands and now raise your heels also. Try to keep your elbows straight like this. And now relax. We would be repeating it for 2 more times. Can we hold a little? Like for 5 seconds? Are we able to hold it for 5 seconds? Yeah, many of us. Can we hold it for 10 seconds also? It is very beneficial if we are holding it for the 10 seconds at least. And if we are able to hold it for like 30 seconds, which needs practice, daily practice. After daily practice, we would be able to hold it for 30 seconds up to 60 seconds also. Then it will be great for everyone. This is an exercise, this is an asana which every age group can do. And it is very beneficial for children for increasing the height and very beneficial for elders for managing the balance inside the body. And now relax. So this was palm tree pose, Tadasana, and now we would be doing Tiryak Tadasana, swaying palm tree pose. Stretch your legs, keep some space between your legs. Once again, interlock your hands, raise your hands in the upward direction. Are you able to stretch your elbows? Are they properly stretched? Now we can bend in the right direction. Right, not mine, but yours right. Come back once again. Relax, now in the left direction. Try to keep your elbows straight. Once again, come back. And now in the right direction. Exhale out. Now come back once again. And now in the left direction. Relax. So this was the tree poses, palm tree pose and the swaying palm tree pose. And now the next one. Next one is, you must have heard the tree pose, Vrikshasana. We would be placing our right hand over the floor only and raising our left leg like this. Place your left foot over your right thigh. Are we able to do this? If we are not, then at least we can raise our hands and join them together. Do it up to what your body allows you. Be relaxed, be careful, and if we are able to come in posture but not able to hold, then we can just gaze at one point. Like for 10 seconds, we would be able to easily hold in that position then. Relax. Now the next one, from the other direction, the opposite direction, left leg at the floor and right foot over the thigh, left thigh. Raise your hands in the upward direction. And now focus at one point. We can focus at over our breath also. Now the next level of this. Next is eagle pose, Garudasana. And what we have to do is that we have to wrap our right leg over our left leg twice like this. Are we able to do this? If we are not able to wrap it for twice, we can wrap it for one time. And now we would be wrapping it, wrapping our hands left over right like this. At least कुछ बने ना बने श्री कृष्ण जी के पोस्चर में तो आ ही जाते हैं. Now from the opposite direction, wrap your left leg over your right leg like this and right hand over your left hand. Relax. And are you clapping for me or you are clapping for yourself? Whatever you are doing, it should be loud. Thank you, and I would like to clap for you. Are you enjoying it? let us make it more enjoyable with we have to put some more efforts. How much of you are aware about the sun salutation? Should we now proceed for the sun salutation? We would try, don't worry, we would be doing it for 2 to 3 times only, because I know many of us are very new, but let us try it. So this is the main posture with which we are starting. Just place your legs together, not touching each other, but come in front of your yoga mat. Drop your hands. This is the initial posture. Now raise your hands in the upward direction with the normal breathing and bring your hands in front of the chest. Now let us breathe. Breathe, we'll hold hard and raise our hands in the upward direction. And now breathe out and bend in the forward direction, but be careful with your back. If it pains, don't bend in forward direction much. And now the fourth posture, lift your left leg and place it at the back. Keep your right leg intact at that place only. Try to balance your body weight over your right foot, for which we need to bend our right knee and place our hands beside our leg. Try to keep your left leg straight. Try to keep your knee stretched. And now breathe out. Place your right foot just beside your left foot. Try to watch out your navel and try to keep your knees and elbows straight. Now the sixth posture, in which we would be breathing normally. Place your knees over the floor. Now the chest between your hands and chin over the floor like this. Breathe in, raise your chest in the upward direction like this. This is Bhujangasana, Cobra posture. And now breathe out. Once again in the mountain posture we are coming and trying to watch out our navel. And now breathe in, place your left leg in the front, keep your right at the back and bend your left knee, stretch your right knee. This is Vamashva Sanchalanasana. And now breathe out, bring your left leg in the front. This is once again head hand to toe pose, Padhastasana. Breathe in. Raise your hands in the upward direction. Try to keep your elbows straight. And now join your hands, join your elbows, bring them in front of your chest, open them up and drop your hands by the side. How was it? Can we do it for 2 more times? At least once. If we are not feeling comfortable, we can sit. It's up to us. Do it according to your capacities and capabilities. If we are not feeling comfortable, we can just sit over the floor and do some subtle exercises. Now once again let us do one more time the sun salutation. Raise your hands in the upward direction, join them, bring them in front of the chest, breathe in, raise hands in the upward direction. You all are doing so beautifully. Now bend in the forward direction. This is Padhastasana, head hand to toe pose. Breathing is out. And now breathe in, place your left leg at the back, bend your right knee, balance your body weight over your right foot. And now once again breathe out, place your right foot just behind your left foot. Try to watch out your navel. Once again place your knees over the floor. Now the chest also. 8 limb posture. Breathe in. This is Cobra pose once again. Are we doing it comfortably? Everyone is comfortable? Breathe out. Mountain pose. Just touch your heels with the floor only. Keep your heels over the floor, don't raise them. Now once again breathe in. Bring your left leg in the front. Try to bend your knee, left knee and right knee straight. And now bring your right leg in the front, Padhastasana. Breathe in. This is Urdhva Hastasana. And then join your hands and elbows and bring them in front of your chest and open up slowly and drop your hands from the side. We are very blessed that our Pujya Guruji is present here. Let us clap and welcome Pujya Guruji, and he is visible over the screen. I would like you all to please sit down, and we would be listening to Pujya Guruji, and we would be getting his blessings now.
Thank you. You are listening me? You can.
Ji Pujya Guruji.
Oh, thank you. Om Ashirwad. My heartily blessing for Pujya Sadhvi Devaditi ji, Shraddhamayi Pujya Mata ji, Sunita ji, and our Consul General Siddharth ji, and Abhijit ji, Chitralekha ji, the whole divine source. You are doing very well yoga practice. I was looking, I seen that you are doing very well. So thank you for all. This is International Day of Yoga. This is a divine day for our divine life. So yoga is a divine exercise. Yoga is a scientific exercise for our body. Yoga is a scientific breathing exercise for our body and for brain. And yoga is the meditation. This is a divine practice for our soul. So the practice of exercise, practice of postures, practice of breathing exercise, practice of meditation, and practice yoga practice in action. So yoga in daily life, in yoga in action, yoga in knowledge, the different aspects of yoga, these are very beneficial for our life. तो आप योग को समग्रता से, the philosophy of yoga, the practice of yoga, and yoga in action, there are three aspects of yoga are more important for our life. One is philosophy of yoga. I am a pure soul. You experience this truth full day in your life. And this is the ultimate truth of our life. We are a pure soul. The whole impurities, impurity in our body, impurity in our senses, impurity in our mind, impurity in our thoughts, impurity in our action, in our business, everywhere. This is not yoga. योग न होने के कारण से ये सारी impurities हैं हमारे लाइफ में. तो सारी impurities को निकालना है तो योग करो. If you are doing yoga, so no impurity in our life, no disease, no violence. कुछ भी जो भी अशुभ दिख रहा है वो योग की विमुक्ता का परिणाम. We are always thinking, always talking about disease. We are always talking about violence, lie, injustice, the whole negative things, distraction in individual life, in family life, in social life, in universal life. तो ये सारे distractions योग विमुख होने के परिणाम. हमने योग छोड़ दिया. If we are not doing yoga, then disease will be entered in our life. Violence, injustice, pains, the whole negative things. तो सबसे बड़ी चीज है हम योग को जिए. लिव योगा. योग को अपने ज्ञान में, अपने हृदय में, अपने एक्शन में, अपने आचरण में. तो योगमय जीवन हो, योग युक्त हो, रोग मुक्त हो, नशा मुक्त हो, दुख मुक्त हो. Different type of drug addiction, different type of the whole distractions. ये सारी चीजें इसलिए हो रही हैं कि हमने योग को जीना छोड़ दिया. तो before 3 days, Mata Sunita said me that you come and bless us. तो मैं तो खाली आपको बस इतना ही कहूँगा, आप योग को जियो. मैंने योग को जिया है, मैंने योग को किया है. योग मेरे विचार में है, योग मेरे हृदय में है, योग मेरे जीवन में है, योग मेरे रोम रोम में है. लिविंग योगा, मैं योग को जीता हूं। आप इफ यू आर डूइंग योगा, इफ यू आर लिविंग योगा, so you will achieve everything in your life, the whole things. These are the wealth, the prosperity, the respect, ये सब तो these are the by products of yoga. ये तो आपको मिले ही गा, इसके पीछे मत भागो। आपको पैसे के पीछे, धन दौलत के पीछे नहीं भागना है। The whole name, whole fame, wealth, prosperity, these are the by products of yoga. If you are doing yoga and karma yoga in your life, if you are living yoga in your life, so you will achieve every pure things in your life. सब कुछ आपको मिलेगा। बाकी तो बस दुनिया में 99% लोग सरफेस पर जी रहे। सरफेस पर मत जियो, डीपली इन्वॉल्व होना चाहिए लाइफ में। व्हाट इज द लाइफ? व्हाट इज द अल्टीमेट गोल ऑफ आवर लाइफ? व्हाट इज द अल्टीमेट पीस? व्हाट इज द अल्टीमेट जॉय? व्हाट इज द इंटरनल हैप्पीनेस? सो दीज रियल वैल्यूज, these the real peace, real happiness you will achieve in yourself, in your soul. This is ultimate truth. Through yoga we can experience, हम ये सब अनुभव कर सकते हैं, और इसको अनुभव कर रहे हैं आप। और ये आज बहुत अच्छा दिन है, आप सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ योगा को ग्लासगो में। और हमारी पूज्य साध्वी देवादिति जी, ये बच्चे, ये खाली एक योगी सौली नहीं है, ये हमारा प्रतिनिधि है। शी इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग मी, शी इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग इंडियन हेरिटेज, शी इज ए प्योर योगी, प्योर सॉल। तो एक बार देवादिति जी का भी बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन है, बहुत बहुत आशीर्वाद है उस बहन की श्रद्धा को, भक्ति को, नॉलेज को, उसकी डिवोशन, डिटर्मिनेशन को। तो बहुत बहुत आशीर्वाद। बस मैं तो अपनी शुभकामनाएं आपको अर्पित करने के लिए, मैं भी 3 बजे से जगा हुआ हूँ। पहले कुरुक्षेत्र था, फिर हरियाणा के गांव में गया, योग ग्राम में आ गया हूँ। यहाँ भी हजारों लोग इंतजार कर रहे हैं, उनसे मिलना है। लेकिन ये यात्रा तो जीवन की चरई बेती पूरी जिंदगी ऐसी है। तो आप भी योग को भीतर तक जीना, केवल सरफेस पर योग नहीं करना, डीपली इन्वॉल्व होना इसके अंदर। और तब आप खुद देखेंगे सच में योग बहुत अच्छा है, जीवन बहुत अच्छा है। आप शादीशुदा हैं तो बहुत अच्छा है, और शादी नहीं हुई तो और बहुत अच्छे, मेरी तरह से, पूज्य साध्वी देवादिति जी की तरह से। और शादी होकर के यदि झंझट छूट गया है, किसी ने छोड़ दिया है या आपने किसी को छोड़ दिया है, तो भी ठीक है, ना छोड़ो तो अच्छा है। तो ये थोड़ी हंसी मजाक की बात है, मैं थोड़ा बहुत लाइट माइंड से बात करता हूँ। तो ये सब दुनिया की सब बातें बेकार है, बेमानी है। आप यदि इफ यू आर हैप्पी, यू आर सेटिस्फाइड इन योर लाइफ, आप अकेले भी खुश रहेंगे, आप सबके साथ भी खुश रहेंगे, कम पैसे में भी खुश रहेंगे, ज्यादा पैसे में भी खुश रहेंगे। जिंदगी बहुत बड़ा तत्व है। लाइफ इज बिगर देन एवरीथिंग। तो लोगों ने बड़ी चीज मान लिया है सत्ता को, संपत्ति को, बड़ी चीज मान लिया है मेल फीमेल को, हस्बैंड को, वाइफ को, गर्लफ्रेंड को, बॉयफ्रेंड को। ये बड़ी चीजें नहीं है, जीवन बड़ा है। और जीवन अच्छा रहते हुए जो कुछ होगा फिर अच्छा होगा। इफ योर लाइफ इज प्योर, इफ योर सोल इज प्योर, इफ योर कैरेक्टर इज प्योर, सो एवरीथिंग विल बी राइट। तो बस ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कहूंगा, आप सब लोग क्योंकि योग कर रहे हैं, सो डू योगा इन डू योगा एंड लिव योगा इन योर लाइफ। तो बहुत बहुत आशीर्वाद, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं फिर से। सिद्धार्थ जी, अभिजीत जी, श्रद्धामयी हमारी चित्रलेखा बहन जो हमारी बहुत प्यारी बहन है, और माता जी तो हमारी बहुत प्यारी हैं ही सो हैं। बस इनके साथ साथ और भी हमारी बहुत प्यारी प्यारी आत्माएं बैठी हैं। बस हम माता जी भी अब मेरी तरह से पूरी योगिनी होने वाली हैं। बस ये अभी थोड़ा थोड़ा संसार का इनका कार्य शेष है। अब इनको अभी थोड़े दिनों के बाद में माता सुनीता सन्यासिनी साध्वी सुनीता होने वाली। तो थैंक यू फॉर ऑल। नमस्ते। ओम ओम ओम।
So we are so fortunate that we got the blessing from His Holiness Puja Guruji today. And now, did we like it? Are we good? Are we happy? What is the main message we got from Puja Swamiji? We got a message that we have to do yoga and we have to live yoga, which is very much required. Main thing is to get happy, and yoga helps us in getting happy. People are taking so many drugs to release dopamine. You do Anulom Vilom Pranayam, dopamine comes like that only. You do humanity service, dopamine just comes out like that only. Happiness is within us, is within good practices. Now, we were doing some practices in the standing posture. I would request you all to please stretch your legs in the front direction. We would be doing some subtle exercises for part of our body below the waist. Stretch your toes in front and in the back direction with deep breathing. So these are very beautiful subtle exercises which everyone can do. Everyone means everyone. Whatever our age is, whatever our situation is, everyone will get benefit from these subtle exercises. If a person is facing too much health related issues, even walking is difficult for that person, the person is all the time sitting and or sleeping, then in the sleeping posture also, in the sitting posture also, we can do these subtle exercises and pranayam. At least we can start with these exercises. Now we would be bending our feet in the forward direction and in the backward direction from the ankle. Bend in the forward direction, then in the backward direction. So this is the next state of subtle exercise. So this one is the second one. Now the third one. Rotate your legs, your feet from left to right direction, and then from right to left in the clockwise and in the anti-clockwise, in both the directions. Stretch as much as you can and just keep breathing. Deep breathing. Deep breathing is the best solution for all the problems because it actually lightens our mind. And if our mind is in good state, then we can find out solution for everything. But if mind is not in a good state, then finding out the solution is hard for us. Just create some space between your legs. And this is the next one. This next exercise in which we are actually stretching our legs in the outside in the inward direction. We are moving them. Try to touch the floor with both of your thumbs of your leg, of your feet. So this is the fourth one. And now the fifth one. Very good for our knees. How many of us are suffering from knee pain? Can you please raise your hand, those who are suffering from knee pain? The solution is here only. I will give you another solution also. So first solution is this exercise in which we are actually contracting the muscles of our kneecap. There is one kneecap. We have to contract the muscles there and release them. Contract them and release them. So this is the exercise. You got the exercise? Normally when we stretch our legs in the front direction, there is a space between our knee and the floor. We can place our hand directly below our knee. But when we contract the muscles, our knee touches the floor. The lower part of the knee touches the floor. So we have to contract the muscles and relax them. Contract and relax. Contract and relax. This is the best exercise for knees, and a normal person who is not suffering from knee pain should do it for 50 to 100 times. How much time does it need? Like 1 or 2 minutes, not more than that. And at least we should give 1 to 2 minutes for our knees, so that they will actually, because they are giving 24 hours to us. And those who are suffering from knee pain, what they have to do is they have to give at least 5 to 10 minutes. Means 500 to 1000 times. We have to do this exercise. It's not we have to do it in consecutively only. We have to do in one go. It's not like this. In one flux, we don't need to proceed with this. What we can do is we can break it in parts. We can do it 2 to 3 minutes in the morning, then 2 to 3 minutes in the evening also. While before sleeping also we can perform this exercise. You know, every asana exercise we are doing, before that there should be a gap of 4 to 6 hours between your meal and the exercises and asanas. But these subtle exercises, they are so good that we can do them after 1 hour also. After having our meal, we can do these subtle exercises after 1 hour only. I would be telling another exercise for you for these knees. Let us do another part of this subtle exercise first. Bend your right knee and place the feet over your left thigh. Raise your knee, then place it over the floor. Then once again raise it with the deep breathing. Breathe in, breathe out, slowly and slowly. As our brother was saying in the starting, this 1 hour, this 1.5 hour, just forget everything. Forget everything so that you can resolve everything. To resolve everything, we need a calm mind. And the best way to have calm mind is by avoiding everything for 1 hour and doing yoga like this. So this is from opposite direction. This is also a subtle exercise. And one is child swaying pose, Shishupalasan, like this. Like we sway the children in our hand. That's how we have to sway our leg, like this. Like this. And from the opposite direction also, like this. This will help your pelvic region. This will also help to open up your hips. Open mind, open body, they are important. A body is contracted, a body is very stiff, and if our thinking is stiff, they both are dangerous for our life. This is the butterfly pose. Another exercise. Try to touch the floor with your knees. Are you enjoying it? Everyone? So now let us do another pose. I do forget the name in English, but in Hindi we say it as the Chakki Asana. You know how to do it? Stretch your legs in the forward direction, interlock your hands, and we have to move the back, and our waist we have to rotate it. We have to rotate our trunk left to right like this. From left to right, keep your elbows straight and watch out your back. If you have pain in your back, then just don't make a big circle with your back. Make it smaller one. Now in the reverse direction, like this. Breathe in while you are moving in the backward direction, and breathe out when you are moving in the front direction. And now another posture. Create some space between your legs like this. And we would be touching our left leg with right hand, and then right leg with left hand like this. Open your arms. Do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, नेक कर लेते हैं 21. And I was telling you about another solution for knees. We always move in the forward direction. So keep sitting. I would just be showing you. You can do it afterwards. We do walking. Normally obviously we are walking in the forward direction, but if we have knee pain and if we have pain in the back, best solution is reverse walk like this. This is the best solution for our knees, for our back. It actually helps 100% to get rid of this knee pain and back pain. For how long we have to do this? For around 10 to 15 minutes daily. If we are able to do this back walk, we will have very healthy knees, very healthy back. So this is back walk. So I was telling you about this back walk, and now we would be doing some subtle exercises with hands. Stretch your hands in the forward directions, and now contract your fingers, your hand completely, and now close your wrist. We would be rotating our wrist now like this, clockwise, and in the reverse direction, anti-clockwise. Now with the elbows. So we at these subtle exercises, we are doing all the exercises which are related to our joints. So these joints, they all get benefits from these subtle exercises, and as long as we are on this earth with this body, it's our responsibility to keep this body healthy. And how can we follow this responsibility? How can we fulfill this responsibility? We have to take a pledge today. Hold your hand with other hand and stretch right with the left, now left with the right hand. Try to place your elbows at the back of your head if it is possible, and if it is not, then do it as much as possible. Now place your hands over your shoulder and rotate your shoulders now. So this is a shoulder rotation exercise in which we are touching the elbows together and we are bringing our elbows in the front direction, and open your arms in the back as much as possible. Open the shoulders in the back also, and try to join them when you are bringing them in the forward direction. Now in the reverse direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Place your hands over your knees now and rotate your shoulders in the forward direction like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now in the reverse direction. With deep breathing, inhale and exhale properly so that you can get the best out of all your exercises, out of your yoga postures, out of these subtle exercises. And with these exercises, we are increasing the heat inside our joints. So if there is any crystal accumulated between our joints which is actually blocking the path of blood or blocking the path of nerves, so these crystals get removed. With these exercises, they come back in the blood stream, and then they get filtered out with the help of your kidney. Now the next one. Place your right hand over your right temple. Breathe in. Create a pressure with your hand towards your head, and from hand towards your hand. Anti-pressure. Now from the left direction. This is very good for cervical and spondylitis. Many of us are suffering from cervical and spondylitis nowadays. You know what is the main cause behind this? What is the main reason? Yes, more than sitting posture, it is mobile. While we are sitting, we are watching mobile. While we are sleeping, we are watching mobile. While we are walking, we are watching mobile. Now at the forehead. And how we are doing it? We are continuously looking at our mobile like this. This back, this neck, this has limits. And we are crossing the limits. We should decide for how much time should we watch this mobile phone. We are watching it like this, and we are actually keeping our neck in this posture for more than 4 hours, 6 hours, and sometimes we are doing it for 10 hours. And we are crossing the limits, and that's why our neck is getting problem, and that's why the nerves are getting blocked here, the muscles are getting stiff here, and that's why we get the problem of spondylitis and cervical. What is the solution? All these subtle exercises which we have done right now, and the last one we would be doing now. Breathe out and bend your neck in the forward direction. Those who are suffering from cervical or spondylitis, please don't bend your neck in the forward direction. Breathe in, breathe out. Now raise your neck in the upward direction, bend in the forward direction. Be careful if you do already suffer from cervical or spondylitis. Now turn your neck in the right direction. Now in the left direction. With slow breathing. Left, right. We are doing it for 3 to 4 times today. But those who are suffering from cervical and spondylitis, you all are requested to repeat it for 10 to 15 times a day. All these subtle exercises related to neck. Bend in the right. Now bend in the left. Don't raise your shoulder. Keep your shoulder at its position only. We have to get our ear touch with shoulder without raising the shoulder. And now rotate the shoulder in clockwise direction and in the anti-clockwise direction for 3 to 4 times. So these were the subtle exercises, and now some asanas, some of the asanas, and then the pranayam, and then some meditation. And these asanas are, first one is the frog pose, the Mandukasana, and we have to sit in the Vajrasana for that posture. For sitting in Vajrasana, if you are suffering from knee pain, don't sit in Vajrasana. If you are suffering from knee pain and it is feasible to sit in this Sukhasana posture, then it is okay. Otherwise, we can stretch our legs like this in the front direction. Those who are suffering from knee pain. Those who are not suffering from knee pain, they can bend their knees like this and sit in the Vajrasana posture like this. And for the Mandukasana, for this frog pose, we have to close our hand by keeping this thumb inside, and with these thumb side, from the side of the thumb, place your wrist over your beside your navel. And now breathe in, breathe out, bend in the forward direction, keep your neck straight in the direction of your spine only. Don't bend it in the forward direction or don't raise it up, just keep it straight. This is frog posture. Breathe in, come back once again. We have just hold it for the 5 to 10 seconds. But if you want best out of it, then we need to stay in at least 60 seconds. Once again, let us do it. The hand should be beside our navel only. So this is the frog posture, which is very good for those who are suffering from diabetes, those who have issues in their liver, or those who are suffering from stomach related issues. Breathe in, come back once again. Now the second posture for this frog posture, second option. Place your left hand over your navel, right hand over your left hand. Breathe in, breathe out, bend in the forward direction. So this is the second posture of the frog posture, and this is again very good for those who are suffering from diabetes. You have immense strength in your body. Everyone has actually, and we just have to raise that strength. We have to increase that strength. No one else can do it for us. Only we can do it for us. And by doing yoga, we are actually increasing our internal strength to fight any kind of problem. Either it is physical issue, either it is mental issue, either it is a social issue. Whatever we are actually facing in our life, we can overcome it with the help of yoga. Because yoga helps in actually developing a mind which is very strong, and those who are strong, they can survive better in this world. Now the next posture is the rabbit posture, Shashakasana. Place your hands over your knees, raise your hands in the upward direction, and now bend in the forward direction. Place your hand, elbows and forehead over the floor. You can breathe normally. This is the posture which is very beneficial for those who are suffering from diabetes, those who are suffering from stomach related issues, but also with that, as in this posture, the blood circulation in brain is improved, so our heart gets relaxation, our brain also gets relaxed, there is an increase in the blood circulation in the brain region, and because of that it also helps in overcoming the issues related to hormonal disbalances. This is very good for our pineal gland, our pituitary, hypothalamus, all the glands, and it is also very beautiful, very useful for those who are suffering from anxiety related issues, those who are suffering from headache, those who are suffering from eye related issues. It's good for them also. It also increases the positivity in our face because the blood circulation in the facial region is also improved. So it is very good for those who are suffering from sinuses related issues. It is also very good for those who are suffering from thyroid because the blood circulation in our neck region is also improved very well. In our throat region there is a very good circulation of blood, and that's why it is very beneficial for those also who are suffering from thyroid related issues. This is the rabbit posture, the Shashakasana. Breathe in, come back once again in the normal posture with which we started, like this. And the third posture, this is Yogasana. This is Yogasana. In this, what we have to do is we have to sit in the Padmasana. If we can, stretch your legs in the front direction, place your left leg over your right thigh, right over your left thigh, and if it is not possible like this, then we can sit in half Padmasana posture. If half Padmasana posture is also not possible, then we can sit in general Sukhasana posture. If it is also not possible, then we can stretch our legs in the front direction. It is up to our body situation and our physical situation. So this is Padmasana, if we can sit in this posture. Now place your left hand over your navel and right hand over your left hand. Breathe in, breathe out, bend in the forward direction. And now what we have to do is we have to touch the floor. If it is possible, we can touch with our chin. If it is not possible to touch with chin, then we can touch the floor with our nose or with our forehead. If that is also not possible, then do it up to what it is possible. So this is Yoga Mudrasana. Breathe in. How many of you were able to actually touch the floor with any part of your body? Like, that's good. Some were able to touch the floor. Some were able to move like up to this situation only. Some were able to make it up to like this only. So there was something coming in between. There was something coming in between. Either it is stomach, either this is obesity, which is actually bothering us. So this happens. Physically, this stomach, if this tummy is out, it don't let us bend in the forward direction. And same is with our mind also. If there is ego, then this ego also don't allow us to bend. So we have to remove both of these, ego too and this extra stomach, extra fat also. And how we can do is through yoga. So this was some posture we were doing, and now let us move to towards the pranayam, because we are short of time, and yoga is not something we are doing for one day only, but this International Yoga Day is motivating us to do it on regular basis. Let us do some Bhastrika pranayam, the deep breathing exercise. Very simple exercise. We have to breathe in and breathe out. So what is the difference? We are doing it on the regular basis. We have to breathe in forcefully and breathe out forcefully, like this. Another difference, we have to breathe consciously and we have to fill air inside our lungs, not inside our stomach. Fill air as much as possible inside your lungs and then exhale out as much as possible. Empty out your lungs. Try to take around 2 to 3 seconds to inhale and 2 to 3 seconds to exhale out. If we are closing our eyes, then we will be able to do it more consciously. We would be more focused and it would be more beneficial. So I request you all to close your eyes for 2 minutes. This is a very beautiful exercise. We are a breathing exercise. pranayam. In Hindi we call it as the pranayam, in Sanskrit we call it as the pranayam, and this is the pranayam which is very beneficial for our lungs. Not only lungs, it is beneficial for whole body, because it increases the amount of oxygen in our body, and our body is running over the energy. This is the matter to energy concept everyone is aware about. So this energy we prepare it from food, but with food alone we cannot prepare the energy to run our body. What we need is oxygen. When we take food, it gets digested, then it is converted into the glycogen. It is supplied to the cells through our blood stream, and with this blood stream, oxygen is also getting supplied. They get into the cells, and in the cells, the oxidation of glycogen creates the energy. It creates around 36 to 37 ATP molecules, adenosine triphosphate molecules, which are responsible for the energy. So our body energy depends on how much oxygen we are intaking. Already, whatever oxygen we intake, 16% of that oxygen is coming out. Only 4 to 5% we are utilizing in the body. So if we are breathing consciously, we can increase the amount of oxygen. More oxygen means more energy. More energy means more capacity to fight with the diseases. And that's what I was talking about. We really need to take a pledge today. What kind of body do we want? A healthy body or a body with diseases? What do we want? Healthy body or ill body? Healthy body. Every one of us want a healthy body. Whose responsibility is this? Whose is this? It's our responsibility. Everyone is aware that one day we are actually moving toward the older age now. We are getting elder day by day. One day we are going to get old. Everyone has to pass this era, and this is the reality of our life. So what we need to take pledge about is that everyone wants a old age in which we don't want to lose any kind of capacity. We want our full capacity in old age also, and that's why we fear getting old. So how we can actually maintain that capacity? By taking a pledge that up to now, how much we have actually encountered so many diseases, but now we take a pledge that from now on we will not get ill. And if we are taking a pledge, we can fulfill it by doing yoga. It's our commitment, it's our mental strength, and everyone is actually having an immense amount of strength inside mind, inside body. We have to utilize it. We are human beings. We are blessed with strength. We are blessed with brain. We are blessed with mind which is capable of doing so many things. But doing anything requires physical strength. It requires mental strength. And to increase that strength, we require doing yoga. So I just request you all, let us take a pledge from today onward that we will do yoga on the regular basis. At least we will give 1 hour of our daily routine to yoga. And if anyone is saying that we are too busy, then take out the time from social media. Take out the time from watching out a different kind of series over the Netflix. We have enough of time to give it to our body. And if we are giving 1 hour regularly, I promise it, whatever you are able to do or complete within 10 hours, you will be actually able to complete it within 4 to 5 hours. We will get this much of a strength. This is the capacity of yoga. This is the strength of yoga. And this is so ancient that we think about the sages who invented this yoga, who actually they popularized it to our lives. And now we, as Puja Swamiji was saying, we get far away from the yoga. We actually we moved away from the yoga, and that's why we are facing so many problems in our life. And if we don't want to face them, just let us take a pledge that we will now not get ill. We will remain happy, we will remain healthy, and I am responsible for my happiness, I am responsible for my health, I am responsible for my consciousness. Today I have gained this consciousness that I will give at least 1 hour daily to my health, to my physical health, for my mental health. Are we ready to do this? So let us do some Kapalbhati pranayam also. We started Bhastrika, you just forgot in between, I have to talk. Please continue with the practices. Kapalbhati pranayam. Difference between Kapalbhati pranayam and Bhastrika pranayam is this, that in Kapalbhati pranayam we are doing forceful exhalation with the help of the muscles of our stomach. We have to contract the muscles of our stomach and force out the air out of the lungs. And how we can check this is right or not? We have to place our hand here, and if the air is touching, we can feel air over our hand with the stroke, then we are doing it correctly. And if we are not able to feel it, then we have to correct it. Once again, listen to the process. We have to contract the muscles of our stomach a little, and the stomach will move inside. Our diaphragm will move upward in upward direction. It will force out the lungs. It will force the lungs to exhale out the air out of the lungs. Because we are contracting our stomach, we can just feel that our diaphragm is moving in the upward direction. And because of this movement, our lungs are contracting and oxygen and air is coming out of our lungs. For how much time do we need to do this Kapalbhati pranayam? We need around 10 minutes, everyone, to cope up with every situation and every disease. And those who are suffering from chronic diseases, who are suffering from diseases like asthma, BP, cholesterol, diabetes, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, osteopenia, osteoporosis, gout, any problem related to our joints, Kapalbhati pranayam for at least 20 to 30 minutes. And those who are suffering from skin related issues, eczema, leukoderma, psoriasis, scleroderma, for them also at least 30 minutes of practice of Kapalbhati pranayam is required. We cannot go do it in one go. If we have just started, then we can just practice it for 10 minutes on the regular basis. We can increase it with 5 minutes on the regular basis, like we are doing it for 10 minutes today, then 15 minutes tomorrow, then 20 minutes tomorrow. If we don't have enough time in the morning or in the evening, we can break it, we can split it up. We can do it twice, like 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening. We can do Kapalbhati pranayam. And in other diseases also, from head to toe. If we are facing issues in our hair, Kapalbhati pranayam. If we have headache, Kapalbhati pranayam. For sinus, Kapalbhati pranayam. Stress, tension, anxiety, lack of sleep, insomnia, Kapalbhati pranayam. Also with that, if we have a problem in our ear, we can't hear properly, if we are not able to watch properly, if there is problem in our eyes, Kapalbhati pranayam. If there is any problem in our dental system, then also Kapalbhati pranayam. And if we are suffering from any dental issue like pyorrhea, we can Kapalbhati pranayam is a complete solution in that situation also, for our lungs, for our heart, for liver. If SGOT or SGPT has increased, Kapalbhati pranayam. For fatty liver, for liver psoriasis, Kapalbhati pranayam. For gastric related issues, for acidity, Kapalbhati pranayam. For constipation, it is Kapalbhati pranayam, which is the solution. If our stomach is not digesting properly, then Kapalbhati pranayam is the solution in that scenario also. So it is a very beautiful pranayam, helpful in every situation. For kidneys also, if we have a stone, kidney stone, gallbladder stone, Kapalbhati pranayam. At least try to do it for 10 to 15 minutes, and you will realize that it is actually making the great changes. Earlier we used to say that getting rid of gallbladder stone is very hard because no medicine reaches the gallbladder stone. I recently, 1 month ago, I met a woman in Nepal, and she was having the problem in her gallbladder, 18 mm stone. Doctor said the solution is to remove the gallbladder. You know, within 3 months, with the practice of Kapalbhati pranayam for 1 hour regular basis, she has dropped this level of stone from 18 mm to 12 mm. Within 3 months, she was able to reduce the size to 6 mm. And she is on the mission that she will actually completely remove this stone without any operation. This is the result of our mental commitment. Only thing needed is commitment, and only thing needed is the confidence. You have to keep this confidence over yoga, and you can actually cross the limits you think they are not limits. They are just the milestone, and we can cross every milestone in our life. So we did Kapalbhati pranayam and a little Anulom Vilom pranayam. For now 2 to 3 minutes we would be doing Anulom Vilom pranayam. Place the thumb of your right hand over your right nostril, close it, inhale with the left. Now close the left nostril with the fingers and exhale with the right. Now inhale with the right, exhale with the left, inhale, right, exhale. Just inhale and exhale. Don't move your spine, keep your spine straight, close your eyes gently. This is the Anulom Vilom pranayam we are doing. Keep doing the Anulom Vilom pranayam, and I will tell the benefits of Anulom Vilom pranayam also. This is the best pranayam for those who are suffering from insomnia, who are going through a lot of stress, who are actually facing a lot of problem in their work or in their personal life. Anulom Vilom pranayam will actually calm down your mind. This is the best way to release dopamine in your brain. Happy hormones get released with the help of this Anulom Vilom pranayam. Those who are not able to watch properly because eyes are not working properly, Anulom Vilom pranayam is the solution for those also. Keep repeating it. Is good for those who are suffering from gastric issues, those who are suffering from stomach related issues. Anulom Vilom pranayam. Do it for at least 2 to 3 minutes. Because we are short of time, we would be doing it for 2 to 3 minutes only. And there's a bhajan in Hindi. I would be singing that bhajan for you. And just I request you all to please continue with this Anulom Vilom pranayam with eyes closed. मेरा नाथ तू है, मेरे साथ तू है, मेरा नाथ तू है, नहीं मैं अकेला, मेरे साथ तू है, मेरा नाथ तू है। चला जा रहा हूँ मैं राहों पे तुम्हारी, चला जा रहा हूँ मैं राहों पे तुम्हारी, चला जा रहा हूँ मैं राहों पे तुम्हारी, राहों में आए जो तूफान भारी, राहों में आए जो तूफान भारी, थामे हुए बस, थामे हुए बस, मेरा हाथ तू है, थामे हुए बस, मेरा हाथ तू है, नहीं मैं अकेला, मेरे साथ तू है, मेरा नाथ तू है. So we are not alone in this journey of life. This universe is helping in each and every sense. Whole universe is present with us and channelizing our energy also. It is filling us with the energy. It's only the needed thing is that we have to feel that universe is helping us. It has helped us so many times. This nature is helping us. Now let us do some Bhramari and Udgit Pranayam. 3 times Bhramari, 3 times Udgit Pranayam. Close your ear with your thumb and place your forefinger over your eyebrow. Cover your eyes with rest of the fingers. We would be chanting Om 3 times with keeping our mouth shut. Now in Dhyan Mudra, once again place your hands over the knees, keep your eyes closed, and we would be chanting Om 3 times now with a deep breath. Relax. Keep eyes closed and start focusing over your breathing, over the pran, the inhalation and exhalation process. Bring your complete focus over your breathing, and you will see that as soon as we start focusing over breathing, the process of breathing starts slowing down. Long and deep breath we are taking right now. With that breath, in mind only, chant the Om. With every breath, as we were chanting the Om by producing the sound, now we are chanting it inside our mind. And feel the universe, feel the energy which has always supported us in all the senses and is still supporting us. This world, this whole universe is filled with an energy, and then that energy is actually running this whole universe. Every day we are watching the rising of sun and sunset also. We are able to watch the nature as if each and every part, each and every being is in resonance with the nature, as if someone is guiding them. When we are breathing, that energy is not only in the universe, it is actually we are inhaling it with the air. We are inhaling that energy, and that energy is getting transmitted from head to toe in our body. We can feel as if each and every cell of our body is getting energized, as if our whole existence is responding to us. It's talking to us, it's telling us that it is with us. In this whole life, we are utilizing our limbs, different organs, eyes, ears, our mouth, our stomach, our heart, our kidney. Let us thank them. We have never thanked them before. They do so much for us, and we kept ignoring them. But today, I have gained this consciousness that I will be no more ignorant to my existence, to my organs. I promise to my whole existence and all the organs, each and every cell, I will take care of you. You have taken care of me. You have supported me in all the phases of my life. With each and every breath, we can watch that as if the joy of nature, the energy of nature, of this universe, it is entering inside my existence. It is spreading the happiness, the joy, the enthusiasm, the peace inside my complete existence. As if with the process of exhalation, it's not only the air which is going out, but all the pains, all the sorrows, all the hearts are going out. I'm feeling so relaxed, so calm, as if someone is telling me, don't worry, I'm with you. You are not alone. That someone, that some energy is everything we need. We have taken a pledge also that from now onward I will take good care of my existence, my body, my mind. I will feel joy inside my soul, happiness inside my soul. I have taken this as a pledge and I will stick to my commitment. This is what I am, a soul filled with energy, soul filled with happiness, with joy. I have everything I need. I am blessed with the best in this world. I have immense strength in my muscles, in my nerves, in my brain, in my stomach, in my heart, in my kidney, in my lungs. And I can achieve what I want in my life. Just feel that energy. Channelize it. Another pledge we are now going to take. That today I do take this pledge for this today only. This day, that I will spend this whole day in peace. I will keep my mind calm. I will enjoy each and every moment. I will not depend on others for my happiness. Instead, I will transfer happiness to others. I would become the sunshine for others. I'm taking this pledge for today, and I will repeat this pledge every day. Not a single moment I'm going to destroy, not a single moment. In anger, in stress, and in unconscious state. Feel the energy inside you. Feel the energy that is wrapping you. Feel the energy which is present in each and every molecule, each and every atom of this earth, of this universe. And feel the resonance you have created just now with this universe in the terms of energy. Now slowly and slowly we'll come back to the normal life, to the normal state. For that, once again, start focusing on your breath. Calm down, relax. Raise your hand in the upward direction, rub them against each other. We have to transfer the energy created inside our hands to the face. Place these hands over your eyes. Open your eyes while blinking inside the hands only, and slowly remove the hands. Would you like to do some lion pose? lion pose. You have to place our hands like this and take out your tongue, and we would be roaring like lion 3 times. Rub your hands and just massage it from outside. And now in the last, the laughter therapy. Did we enjoy it? How would I feel that you enjoyed it or not? Let us now first raise our hands and do some laughter therapy like this. Some are feeling so shy and laughing. Open the hands and laugh. Watch out your partner, they are laughing or not. Look towards your partner, the one who is sitting beside you, and watch them out. And एक छोटा सा भजन माता जी 2 पंक्तियों के साथ. डूबतों को बचा लेने वाले, डूबतों को बचा लेने वाले, मेरी नैया है तेरे हवाले, मेरी नैया है तेरे हवाले. डूबतों को बचा लेने वाले, डूबतों को बचा लेने वाले, मेरी नैया है तेरे हवाले, मेरी नैया है तेरे. लाख अपनों को मैंने पुकारा, सबके सब कर गए हैं किनारा. लाख अपनों को मैंने पुकारा, सबके सब कर गए हैं किनारा. अब तो देता न कोई दिखाई, मुझको प्यारे है तेरा सहारा. अब तो देता न कोई दिखाई, मुझको प्यारे है तेरा सहारा. कौन तुम बिन हो, कौन तुम बिन भंवर से निकाले, कौन तुम बिन भंवर से निकाले, मेरी नैया है तेरे हवाले, हो मेरी नैया है तेरे हवाले. बिन तेरे चैन मिलता नहीं है, फूल आशा का खिलता नहीं है. बिन तेरे चैन मिलता नहीं है, फूल आशा का खिलता नहीं है. तेरी मर्जी के बिन है प्रभु जी, एक भी पत्ता हिलता नहीं है. तेरी मर्जी के बिन है प्रभु जी, एक भी पत्ता हिलता नहीं है. तेरे वश में हो, तेरे वश में अंधेरे उजाले, तेरे वश में अंधेरे उजाले, मेरी नैया है तेरे हवाले, हो मेरी नैया है तेरे हवाले. डूबतों को बचा लेने वाले, डूबतों को बचा लेने वाले, मेरी नैया है तेरे हवाले, हो मेरी नैया है तेरे हवाले, हो मेरी नैया है तेरे हवाले. I enjoyed it a lot and I am thankful to everyone, and I will in the last would like to announce you like it, I'm right, and you want to continue it. If you want to continue it, then there is a very good announcement Mataji also made. I would just like to repeat it, that in September, in the end of September and the starting of the October, we are organizing a teachers training program in yoga for everyone present in this Scotland and in Glasgow, and we would like to request you all to please visit our website for the same, which is pypt.org.uk. and not only that, because I would be staying for around 1 month in England, in UK only, and I would be now going on 24th from Scotland to Birmingham. So we have planned different yoga teachers training classes, camps at different places in the weekends, in each and every weekend. From 4th to 6th of July, it is in Leeds, and then from, I think it is from the next weekend, it is in Birmingham, and then next weekend, it is in Reading, and in the next weekend, it is in Sudbury, Wembley. So those who want to join, or who want their other relatives to join, or any colleague of you want to join to learn yoga, we are organizing these camps in the UK itself, and these are in the weekends only. So you can join them. You just have to visit the website pypt.org.uk. Thank you everyone for your presence, for your support. Glasgow Indians and the Consulate for Indian in Edinburgh, everyone present here, and special thanks to Mataji. Because of her, it was never possible for me to come here. It was her great support, and it was her great hard work, because of which we are actually sitting here and enjoyed the day on this International Yoga Day. And we call her Mataji. She is a motherly figure, not only to us, but to the Puja Swamiji also, to Puja Acharshi Maharaj also. Mataji is actually Mataji for whole world, because she's a motherly figure to every one of us, everyone present here. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, everyone present here, everyone, and also the Astha team. Thank you. Namaste. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you, everyone. So, as we bring this event to a close, I'd like to extend our heartfelt thanks to Sadhve Devaditi for coming over, and to each one of you for joining us today and for sharing your energy, your kindness and open hearts with this gathering. The choices we make for our health and well-being can also have a positive impact on the planet. I hope that the reflections shared here today by Sri Malik and Mrs. Sunita Poddar, along with the practice, have left you feeling a little bit lighter, calmer, and more connected to yourself and to each other. Before we finish, I encourage you to stay involved. There are plenty of ways to continue your yoga journey, with local classes, workshops, and events organised by Patanjali Yoga UK Trust. You can find more at the website, and as you leave, you will see QR codes that you're able to scan. Leave your details, and we will forward any information for those of you who want to continue on your yoga journey or develop your practice.